everyone, it's me, Nikki. Welcome back to my channel. And today I'm here with the first of two videos about the r/fantasy of bingo. This takes place from April 1st of 2025 to April 1st of 2006. And so there's also an April Fool's bingo, which I know some people do, just for funsies. So, and then there's a bingo. Obviously, there's the regular prompts, and then there's a hard mode. It's an added challenge. And then there's even a hero mode where you review every book. You can do it anywhere. I guess I kind of do that because I do them in my wrap-ups. So I have decided to try doing one bingo that is just one I would find books around the house, and then actually like do the hard mode version, which I don't always have books around the house. I have to find them other places. Excuse me. Okay, so this is all subject to change. I do have at least 3 that I probably won't change. But the rest, it always changes. It always changes. So first we have Knights and Paladins. So one of the protagonists is a paladin or a knight, and the hard mode is the character has an oath or a promise to keep. I guess I'll just do it here then. I was going to make one video for regular and one for hard mode, but I'll just mash them together. So I'm going to do Dragons of Winter Night, which is in the Dragonlance, I believe. It's in Dragonlance Chronicles. It's like what set off the whole thing. And one of the characters, Sturm, I believe, Brightblade, is a paladin, essentially. And then for hard mode, I'm going to do Knight of the Silver Circle, where the main character is a knight. And from what I remember, I spelled that wrong. His oath is to take down the dragons. And so, yeah. I'll have to read it and then see if it fits. A lot of these, sometimes you don't know a book fits until after you read it. So that's why I change it. Number 2 is a hidden gem, which is a book with under 1,000 ratings on Goodreads. I was trying to do something. And new releases and arcs don't count. And the hard mode is published more than 5 years ago. Yeah, I'm trying to do something. I'll figure that out later. And then I'm picking Daughter of Chaos by A.S. Webb. I just got it in my Goldsboro, and I think it only had like 300 or something. And I am reading it in April, so hopefully it'll stay that way. And then for Hidden Gem, I'm doing Upon a Burning Throne by Ashok K. Banker, which is a retelling of an Indian myth, I believe. It's inspired by the Mahabharata. Mahabharata. I think I'm saying that correct. I heard it a couple times. So, well, now it says it has over 1,000 ratings. So thanks a lot. We're going to have to change that. We're probably going to have to do that as well. Let's check. $7.95. So Hidden Gem, unfortunately, is going to have to change. When I looked, it didn't. I'm mad now. So I am, for the one bingo, I am trying, for both of them, I actually am trying to do books that I own in my house. But I know for hard mode, for some of them, I am going to have to do audiobooks, I believe. So next is, and I should have a picture of the bingo. That's what I'm trying to do. I might have to, I'll figure that out. Next is published in the 80s. Read a book that was published between 1980 and 1989. Hard mode, written by an author of color. Unfortunately, the only thing that I've seen for an author of color, I might have to check the recommendations, but for hard mode, it is Octavia E. Butler, and I just picked one of her books. Dawn. I have not seen anybody else, but I might have to double check that. But for regular, it is Islands in the Net. It's a cyberpunk book written by Bruce Sterling. Oh my god. If I could type, that would be great. And that was published in 1988. That was like the first thing I thought of, but yeah. So next is high fashion. Read a book where clothing, fashion, or fiber arts are important. This can be crafty or a setting where fashion itself is explored. And then hard mode is the main character makes clothes or fibers. So for regular mode, I'm doing the Mask of Mirrors, which I've heard great things about, and I got that in my Broken Binding. And for hard mode, I'm doing The Prince and the Dressmaker, and I'm getting that through Libby, but I am on a hold for it somewhere. I was, but I don't know where it's gone now. I believe that it's not... I thought I placed a hold on that, but apparently I didn't. Wait, and it is, I don't know if it's a graphic novel per se. Oh, it is. Okay. I wasn't 100% sure. And it's like a little fairy tale LGBTQIA plus romance. So that's nice. Okay, we're going to have to do that later as well. Ugh, everything's going wrong today. Next is Down with the System, which is to read a book in which main plot revolves around disrupting a system. In hard mode, it's not a governmental system. So I'm doing Golden Sun, which is the second in Red Rising, for regular mode, and somebody else read this, Death of the Author, and they said it was for hard mode, for Down with the System. What kind of system? I don't know. We will figure that out. Next is Impossible Places. Read a book set in a location that would break a physicist. And hard mode is at least 50% of the book takes place within the impossible place. So basically like the TARDIS or whatever. And I'm doing Reverie by Brian LaSala. I believe it is a magical world that shouldn't be there type of thing. And for hard mode, I'm doing the Ring World Engineers, because I read the first one, and the Ring World makes those people's minds explode, and the sequel takes place in the same setting. A book in parts is to read a book that is separated into large sections, acts, days, years, etc., but more than just chapter breaks. And hard mode, the book has 4 or more parts. I am doing Angel Fire East, which is over here, because it's the third in the pre-series to Shannara, and it's broken up into days. And I am doing Dagger Spell for hard mode by Catherine Kerr. Gods and Pantheons is next, which is to read a book featuring divine beings. In hard mode, there are multiple pantheons. So I'm doing the Palace of Eros, which is Greek gods. Daughter of Chaos would work as well. And for hard mode, I'm doing Hall of Smoke. As always, that's my intention. We'll see if that gets anywhere. Next is last in a series. Last year they had first in a series, so it's last. And the hard mode series are 4 or more books long. I'm doing Jade Legacy by Fonda Lee, which is the last in that Greenbone saga. And for hard mode, I'm doing Speaking Bones, which is 4 books. And the next one is one they have often. I think it's been in every one, is to read a book club or read-along book. It can be a past read-along because a lot of the current read-along books I don't have. But somebody said they're going to for my past one, it's going to be Kings of the Wild. And then for hard mode, it's to read and participate in a book club during the bingo year. And someone is going to do Empire of Silence. I don't remember the what that series is called. Sun Eater series by Christopher Ryochi. Ooh, I'm not going to pronounce that. Which I also have the first 3 books, I believe. Next, we have Parent Protagonist. The main character has a child to care for. They don't have to be biologically related. So like The Mandalorian. And hard mode, the child is the major character. That one was hard. So I have Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne. Somebody recommended that. And then for hard mode is God Killer. Next is Epistolary. The book must prominently feature diary, journal entries, letters, messages, etc., etc. And then hard mode is the book is told entirely in epistolary format. I've got The Memory of Souls, sorry, for that. And then hard mode is Frankenstein. I wanted to do Phantom of the Opera, but I don't remember, so I might have to double check that. Because I listened to Phantom on audiobook a while ago, a couple years ago, and I have the physical copy. Excuse me. Next is published in 2025. This is also always there. Published in whatever year the bingo is in. So it's published for the first time, no reprints. And it's a debut novel. And for hard mode, it's a debut novel. So for published in 2025, I'm going with Yuli, which is the third in the I can't remember what it's called. But it had Zahara and Amy. And Goodreads is now slow, but that's what I'm doing. And then for hard mode, it is The House of Frost and Feathers, which I got through Goldsboro. Next, this one I also always have, Author of Color, read a book by a person of color. Hard mode, read a horror novel. So I've got The Stardust Thief for regular mode, and for hard mode I have Dread Nation. It said it was a horror when I checked the tags on Goodreads. So that's what we're going with. Next is small press or self-published. So basically not one of the big 5 publishing houses, which you can Google, and Bloomsbury, or self-published. The book, and hard mode is the book has 100 ratings, under 100 ratings on Goodreads, or written by a marginalized author. So I have Babylonia by Constanza Cassetti. And for hard mode, I have the Rostakov Legacy. Oh, it's called Guardians of Dawn. That's the correct one. I'm excited for that. Next is Biopunk. Read a book that focuses on biotech or its consequences, much like cyberpunk. In hard mode, there is no electricity-based technology. So I've got Babylon's Ashes, which is part of the Expanse series, which is not itself. This is the consequences of what has happened to previous books. And for hard mode, I have The Tainted Cup. People who've read that have said that it works. And there is no. The recommendations for this is amazing. Next is Elves and or Dwarves. Read a book that features elves or dwarves. They don't have to fit the tropes, but they must be named as elves or dwarves. I know the Shannara books will work for that. Not the ones I'm reading, but the ones before and I think ones after. We'll find that out. And hard mode, the main character is an elf or a dwarf. I had Dragons of Winter Night down here because they have a half-elf and a dwarf in their party, so I might switch those, but I have Stone of Farewell by Tad Williams, and for hard mode, I have A Darkness Forged in Fire. I believe 18 is has been around before, LGBTQIA protagonist. The main character is under that umbrella, and hard mode the character is marginalized on at least one additional access, a person of color, disabled, etc., etc. So I have The Thousand Eyes by A.K. Larkwood, which is a sequel to The Unspoken Name, and I have Junker 7 by Olive J. Kelly for hard mode. Next is 5 short stories. This is also a standard one. Any of them, as long as there's 5. And hard mode is to read entire anthology. I have The Dragons of Cairn, which is part of the Dragonlance series. And then I have the Hex Arcade Stories for hard mode. Okay. Stranger in a Strange Land is read a book that deals with being a foreigner in a new culture. The character must be visiting or moving in as a minority, and hard mode is the main character is an immigrant or refugee. And I have Foreigner by C.J. Cherry for regular, and Blackwater Sister by Zen Cho for hard mode. And this one is very interesting. It's to recycle a bingo square. Use a square from anywhere from 2015 to 2024 as long as it does not repeat one on the current card. And the hard mode is to do the hard mode of that original square. So I have the Monster Baru Cormorant for Seth Dickinson. I don't remember what that is. And then for hard mode, I have Iron Widow, which was from last year's disabled character. I don't remember what the Monster Baru Cormorant was for. I'll have to look that up. Next is cozy science fiction fantasy. Everybody it's comforting, so it doesn't necessarily have to have low stakes, all that stuff, as long as you find it cozy. And the hard mode is the author is new to you. I have Green Rider for normal mode and The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet for hard mode. They're actually both hard mode. Next is generic title. Read a book that has Blood, Bone, Broken Court, Dark Shadow Song, Sword, or Throne. Plurals are allowed. And the hard mode is the title contains more than one of the listed words or contains at least one word and a color, number, or animal. So I have Bone Shard Emperor for normal mode and Dragon's Blood for hard mode. Number 24 is new. It is not a book. So watch a TV show, play a game, etc., etc. And it has to be a new game or a new show, not a new save of a game you've played before, or a new episode of a show you enjoy. And hard mode is to write and post a review. So I'm playing Final Fantasy 16 at the moment for easy mode, and I will find another game for hard mode when I finish 16. And next is to read Pirates, is to read a book where characters engage in piracy. But the hard mode is not a seafaring pirate. I am doing One Piece Volume 35. That's the omnibus version when I receive it. And I am doing Aftershocks for hard mode. So, yes. I will make sure to link everything below. And I hope you join. You can turn in the cards, but I don't. And what are the rules are, if you do turn it in, you get a flare on the thing. So 1 square is 1 book. You can't repeat an author except for short stories, and you can only have 1 square as a reread. And you can substitute 1 square from a previous. So like if you can't find anything for the 80s, you can replace it. But you can't recycle a bingo square and substitute. Those are 2 different things. So yes, that's my plan. Hopefully I'll stick to it. If not, who cares? It's just for fun. And like I said, I don't really turn it in or anything. So that's just a challenge for me to do. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.